విశాఖపట్నంలో రెండో రోజు CII సదస్సు జరుగుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
And the present government has put emphasis on improving the ease of doing business index. And my vice president is leading this reform. And he said, we are now on 171, one of the lowest in the ease of doing business index. And my vice president said, we have to be under 100 within 3 years. So this is the political commitment made by the government. And we are tasked to do that. So we calculated that if we have to be under 100 in 2021, we have to improve the ranking 24 points every year for coming 3 years. So that is seems like a very impossible task, but we are trying to do that. As the chair of the task force, we had 10 supporting group for 10 indicators of the ease of doing business index. All are headed by Director General and headed by Managing Director and also head of the organizations. So I have to coordinate and ask for their collaboration. So that is very difficult. They had a deep-rooted mindset, and it is very difficult to change that. So we are trying to do that. And we had a political commitment, political will, so we have to do that. So in order to do that, the 10 supporting group are working on their own in terms of starting business, paying taxes, getting construction permit or something like that. And in doing that, we are using technology also. Like in getting construction permit, we are using electronic way to get the permit in a short period of time. In paying taxes also, we are trying to reform our income tax law and also starting business. But remember, I think the company law was enacted 100 years ago has just been changed. I mean, a new company law has just come into force in Myanmar. So I think changing the legislation is also take a very longer time. So, but we are trying to do that. We had a new foreign investment law. So we are doing that way. And in order to succeed, I think we need to have a better coordination and collaboration from the different agencies and also our determination. In doing so, I think we need to build trust with the private sector. So my vice president is leading public-private dialogue every month. So we are meeting at CCI of Myanmar every month, meeting with the private sector, listening their difficulties in doing business, and we're trying to solve the problem. And at the same time also, we need to have some kind of, as my colleague from space said, is communication strategy. Sometimes government is reforming, the private sector don't know about that. When the questionnaires are coming up, it is easier to say no than yes. So if you answer a question yes, then you have to follow up question many. So the private sector is doing is like, do you aware of this reform in the previous year? So they said no or something like that. So now we are actively engaging with private sector and making our communication strategy to better know what government has been done in the reform process. So I think improving the ease of doing business index, every country is trying to improve that. So it is difficult to get number one in the world ranking, but the only thing that we are doing is that we will, by improving the environment for ease of doing business, I think there will be more foreign investment coming. People in the private sector may have better ease of doing business, and it will benefit all of our people. So with this intention, we are trying to do improve the ease of doing business in Myanmar. I thank you.
Thank you very much. And certainly what you see is that the ease of business doing rankings is a relative ranking. It's a race across nations. Just as India is trying to improve, Myanmar is trying to improve, and every other country is trying to improve. So in some sense, the pressure to keep on improving is very high. And as we have seen from these various presentations, there is an importance for us to be able to have a bold vision, ambition, which is being set at the national level by Prime Minister Modi, at the state level by innovative leaders like Honorable Chief Minister Naidu out here. We see there is a need for measurement. Measurement drives management, drives transparency, and certainly Andhra Pradesh and your government has taken the lead in providing that kind of leadership and measurement. I think clearly what we have seen articulate a number of themes was the importance of technology. Technology came up multiple times, whether it's UAE or whether it's the view from the USIBC or whether it's the view from other business leaders of India, because technology truly has the ability to help make life simpler for business. For that it means government and we have to use technology more actively for small businesses and also for large companies. And also finally, I want to emphasize that there is a very important role of communication. We can make all the improvements out here, but if we don't actively communicate it outside to outside partners, people will not necessarily know that. And I think this emphasis on communication requires our leaders to be sales leaders. I think Honorable Chief Minister, you have been a role model in that area. Prime Minister Modi also is doing the kind of a selling job for the country, and this communication is something that all of us can in fact take as a very important motive for us, or as a mandate for each one of us. I would like to now hand over to Shobna Kamieni, who is going to introduce the Chief Minister and the Honorable Minister for the presentations.
So, thank you, Soumitra. We're going to end this session with a very, very unique perspective, because we have the architects of ease of doing business index, which is the Department of Commerce and Industry, and we also have the state that has been ranked #1 ever since the index was created. So I think that we will first take the perspective of our Honorable Chief Minister, and then we'll. Okay, so.